things keep getting crazier when it comes to the Chicago Bulls and the potential of landing up and coming superstar Josh Kaminga. A new Bulls trade update has been revealed of who the Golden State Warriors want. Hi, I'm Shaq Barnes here with another great episode of Bulls Digest, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls. I noticed that 6-7% of you guys have been watching the channel and have not subscribed. Treat it like the Bulls intro and run right through that subscribe button. You know how I do when I do my videos. I don't like to waste you guys' time. Let's get right into the news. Golden State Warriors eyeing trade for Bulls guard report. The Golden State Warriors are reportedly interested in a Chicago Bulls guard. So obviously we've been watching and hearing that the signing trade with Kaminga it's still been in play. The signing trade still has been in play for Jonathan Kaminga. But the problem has been, and what's been holding up, is what the Golden State Warriors have been wanting in return. And what the Golden State Warriors seem to be wanting in return, we thought was been Nikola Vucevic. They don't want Nikola Vucevic. And that's what's been holding up this whole trade dilemma. Anyway. The Golden State Warriors have been very interesting team. This all seems to be the only team in the NBA to yet make a move, but heavily involved in rumors for multiple players across the league. Of course, the Warriors are tied up in a situation with restricted free agent Jonathan Kaminga, whom the Chicago Bulls have been mentioned as a potential suitor in a sign and trade scenario. However, the Bulls have their own restricted free agents to deal with. Josh Giddey, who has yet to accept the deal to return to the team. And I think that's the problem. There's a lot of things up too, because now if the Bulls repay Josh Kaminga, the Bulls play Josh Giddey, then sign Jonathan Kaminga, that's a lot of money that you bring it right in for a team. And we know with the Chicago Bulls, it don't really seem like they really want to pay a lot of people because they say they feel like they don't want to be in the same situation they just was in with Lonzo, Zach, DeMar DeRozan, and Vucevic, which is understanding. You don't want to overpay for a mid team, but also you do have to make a move at some point. He said, regardless, though, the Bulls remain the most likely trade partner for the Warriors. The Warriors are still holding out belief that they could get Jonathan Kaminga a sign and trade deal done with the Bulls. Now, I think that's the reason why the Golden State Warriors hasn't made any moves, because I think everything they has been surrounded with this team is like what we're going to do with Jonathan Kaminga. And I think getting the Jonathan Kaminga trade done will be the best thing for the Warriors, because how much can you really add to the team if you still got one potential young guy still on the roster that you know wants to be out, doesn't fit what you guys got going on. Then hopefully you can bring somebody in, hopefully young like Jonathan Kaminga, who can fit the mold of what the team actually needs at this point in time. Like I said, in a potential sign trade for Kaminga, who the Warriors get in return. There have been talks that the Warriors are looking for a young player, a valuable draft capital in return for their 22-year-old forward, but there are potential interest in a particular Bulls guard. Clutch Point Brett Siegel reports that the Warriors are a team to watch for Bulls guard Ayo Dosunmu. So, Ayo Dosunmu is a young guard. Great defensively. Crazy part about this, I laugh when I see this because I was like, all Steve Kerr gonna do is play him at power forward, but all jokes aside. But the Warriors are interested in Ayo Dosunmu. This is a good and bad thing. One, because I do like Ayo, but also Ayo money's coming up. Are you guys going to plan on paying Ayo Dosunmu when it's time for him to get paid? What was crazy to me for the Bulls side, and we can say this for a video for a different day, is that, okay, if the Warriors don't want Nikola Vucevic, where else can we trade him? Because this was like the last hope of really getting rid of Vuce for something, at least. Now I figured out if the Warriors are completely out of we do not want Nikola Vucevic sweepstakes, then I don't know what the Chicago Bulls will do. But that's a different video for a different day. With the Ayo Dosunmu situation being added, I do think he fits the mold of what the Warriors need. Young, big, defensive guard, can knock down the shot, but going to Golden State, they're going to improve his jump shot. And I think they're going to use him as how they use Gary Payton. A Gary Payton contract. I think they're going to use Ayo Dosunmu pretty much the same way they use GP3. But Ayo Dosunmu is a key name to keep an eye on. not just for the Warriors who have been interested in him previously, but other teams around the league as well. Siegel wrote, there are plenty of interest in Ayo Dosunmu. He has entered his 5 years contract. So Ayo Dosunmu is in the last year of his contract, which now obviously he wants to get paid. I think the Bulls would keep Ayo Dosunmu in any other scenario, but if everybody needs to get paid, it's going to be hard for you to keep guys around the roster. I think the Bulls should bring Ayo Dosunmu back. I don't think Ayo Dosunmu is really going to cost the Bulls that much. I don't know exactly what the number is looking for his market, but it ain't. If you don't want to pay Josh Giddey 20 million, Ayo Dosunmu is not pulling 20 million plus a year. So I think he will be a team friendly ish contract. But obviously, if you know you're not going to bring him back, I do say get something in return. It kind of hurt more to see Ayo Dosunmu go because he is a hometown kid, and him being a hometown kid, he will be missed surely in Chicago if he was to do something at this point of time. Now, when we look at Ayo Dosunmu as a potential, what can he bring to your team? Average 30 minutes a game, 12 points, 3.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, shot 49% from the field, 32% from three. He's a solid guard, great defensive guard, can knock down shots. I would love that the Chicago Bulls actually keep Ayo Dosunmu, but we understand with the business of basketball it might be hard to keep everybody, and the Bulls do have a lot of guards on this roster, but I wish we could keep Ayo Dosunmu if anybody. Let me know what you guys think in the video down below. Would you trade Ayo Dosunmu to bring in Jonathan Kaminga? Let me know. It's been Shaq Barnes, another episode of Bulls Digest, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls. See you guys on the next one. Peace.